The two top teams in the South, Aces and Senators, ready to go at it tonight. Alexandria has a 3-game lead on the whole rest of the division. They're 18-11 this season, and boy, have they been fantastic. But the one team that has had their number all season, the Southern Maryland Senators, they're 3-1 against Alexandria throughout the season. The first time they played it was a 7-3 win right here at Regency Furniture for Southern Maryland. Then they went on the road over at Frank Mann, a miraculous 9-8 win, late game dramatics, and a big comeback in the ninth inning. 2-run shot from Carter Groen, and then a solo blast from Jax Nichols to put them in front, and it was locked down by Tyler Mitchell. Following that, game number 3 between these two was a 7-8 loss for the Senators here at Regency Furniture. It was a close one late, but the Senators were kind of running out of pitching as they really had a tough go of it. Had to play 13 games in 11 days. Thankfully for the Senators, they are out of that tough stretch, and they're trying to put things back together a little bit, find the missing pieces. They did exactly that back the day before the 4th of July, 4-2 win at Frank Mann Field. So Southern Maryland, they've been pretty dominant over Alexandria this season, trying to keep the train rolling tonight. Senators and Aces coming your way after the national anthem. We're back after this short break on the Senators Baseball Network. First pitch coming up, Aces and Senators.
Thermal Comfort provides heating and air conditioning for newly constructed custom homes in Northern Virginia and select areas in Maryland. They service all systems, operational or non-operational, while providing free estimates for new systems. Go to thermalcomfortllc.com and choose the easier way to upgrade your heating and cooling system. If you want to stay up to date with all things Senators, follow the collegiate team's social media accounts. You can follow the team at Southern MD Senators on Instagram or Go SOMD Senators on X to keep up with the team. You'll get score updates, final score graphics, access to articles, and so much more. Go check out the Senators on social media and don't miss a moment this season. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search somdbluecrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team. In need of trash pickup service? Well, look no further than Evergreen Disposal. With over 2 generations of experience, a family-owned and operated business, Evergreen Disposal proudly serves Southern Maryland. The company is committed to customers and building community. They provide service to homeowners associations, individual houses, and commercial, construction, and industrial locations. Once you switch, you'll never look back. To start using Evergreen Disposal, go to evergreendisposal.com or call 240-468-6677. That's 240-468-6677 to change to a community-based organization. Evergreen Disposal.
Get a good look at him. Logan Bingham, he'll be making the start tonight for Scott Middleton and company. Alex, why don't you tell us a little bit about him?
Been one of the better Senators' arms so far this year with 5 games started. The thing we've seen the most is he doesn't walk many, but he does give up a lot of hits. Currently has given up 23 hits through 19 innings, but he's also struck out 19 through 19 innings. For the 5 games he started, he has a 3.31 ERA. And besides those hits, he's been phenomenal. I mean, he's keeping the ball in the zone, not allowing a lot of walks. So if he can just have that stuff going early in this game, I guarantee he'll do well.
And his best start this season was way back on June 11th against the Cropbusters. Boy, was he fantastic in that one. through 5 innings, didn't give up a single hit, struck out 3 batters. Only one reached on an error. He was absolutely fantastic for the Senators. Looking for more of that today. And it was really a bounce-back appearance for him because in the first game he pitched this season, that was the season opener over at Metro South County. He only threw 2 innings, gave up a total of 5 runs, only 2 of those earned, but he got hit around a little bit there.
Yeah, we're seeing that. Not a lot of walks, but he does give up a decent amount of hits.
So Bingham going to try to control his stuff to the best of his efforts today. This is only the second at-bat that Cooper Holmes will take against the Senators all season. This is the 5th meeting between these teams, so a lot of tape on these guys for the Aces against the Senators. First pitch of the day is a fastball strike, and we are off and running from Southern Maryland. Holmes, though, not a guy that Southern Maryland has gotten a chance to see much this season. Our umpiring crew today, Joshua Dietrich behind the plate, Andrew Klinger first base, and Andrew Peltola over at third. Holmes takes outside. And you said it, Bingham, a guy that's going to fill up the zone. We've talked to Scott Middleton all season. It's something that this coaching staff loves. The pitch outside.
Do we have a decent amount of guys on this team that do walk a lot of people? They have the stuff, it's just sometimes it's hard to control.
Bingham, a high 80s fastball with a slur of changeup and sinker. Holmes floats one into shallow center. Out goes Vincent. It's over his reach. Leadoff single for Cooper Holmes. And just like that, Aces trying to strike early. This is an offense that has really put it together as the season's gone along. Throughout the first 10 games this season, they were bottom 3 in nearly every offensive category. They were hitting .217 as a team, only had 40 runs. That was 16th below the next closest team to them. They really struggled to score early on. Colligan squares to bunt, can't lay it down. It's strike one. Since then, though, Aces have really gotten on top of it with the bats. They're second in the league in batting average at the moment. .269 as a team, only behind the big train. Holmes is off, pitch is fouled away.
This league's all about hot streaks. Just get hot at the right time. We saw it with the Senators last year, just barely sneaking into the playoffs and then making it all the way to the finals.
Yeah, what was odd about the Senators last year, right, is because they hadn't even really built up momentum going into the playoffs. Swing and a miss. He got him. Nice execution there. First strikeout of the day, and probably not the last for Logan Bingham. That brings up Derek Almeida, a guy that has been so consistent for this team. He's had an unbelievable season. Batting .372. 4 of his last 11 hit the dish. Check on the rudder. Holmes is back. Holmes a threat to steal a bag. You saw him off a moment ago. He's got 14 steals this season. Second most on the team. There he goes. Pitch misses low. Throw down to second. Not in time. It was a close one on a nice throw from Jax Nichols.
Aces dugout lively as always.
And there's no doubt there's something a little extra special with the Senators catcher Jax Nichols. He had go-ahead home run late earlier this season against him. This is a little bloop shot into shallow center. That'll get down. Flores unable to get there. Tribble not in time as well. And it drops about 20 feet behind second base. So men at the quarters, and the Aces threatening early.
Seen 2 jam shots so far.
This is the first baseman, Ernie Echeverria. They finally found an everyday spot for him, and good thing for this team. He's been unbelievable recently after a rocky start to the season. Almeida goes, no throw to second. Echeverria enters tonight's game having recorded a hit in 6 straight. Has at least 1 run batted in as well over that 6-game span. Echeverria takes upstairs. He's also been a Senators killer this season. 4 of 8 against Southern Maryland, 2 doubles as well. Extra base hit would open up things here.
Not surprised Bingham isn't attacking because there is an open base.
Rarity for a guy like Bingham, but yeah, against a power hitter and in this situation, he walks him on 4 pitches.
Only the 5th walk of the season for Bingham.
So here comes E.J. Ankerson. He was a solid part of this team last season. Hit .207 a season ago with the Aces. Batting average doesn't tell the full story. He was an incredible defender, and he has picked it up with the bat this season, hitting .246. Takes a first pitch strike. Nichols out to talk with Bingham. What do you want to try to communicate here, Alex?
Kind of surprised. I think he definitely wants a ball on the ground for the double play. Probably just telling him what he wants him to throw here, where he wants it to be. Execute pitches. Or maybe even just for a break.
Well, a couple of defensive changes to highlight for the Senators tonight. Calvin Cook gets the start at third base. Danny Serwick moved to left field. Logan Tribble in center. No Adam Schrock tonight. Ankerson swings and taps it right in front of home plate. Nichols will step on home. And that sets down Hums. There's 2 down. Really intelligent play there by Nichols because his instinct was to throw the ball to first base, but then realized, oh, there's a man coming home. Steps on the bag for the force out.
Yeah, especially because any out ends the inning now. High leverage at bat early here.
Well, we want to tell you, we are expecting some rain in the area as the night goes along. We'll see how that goes. And this is Michael Powell, who's been putting it together as of late. 5 for his last 11. Had a rough stretch at the plate about a week and a half ago. He was 1 for 13 at the plate. Has really catapulted out of that slump recently, reaching base in each of the last 4 games. Well, you got to go after him here.
Can't go down 3-0. Like we said, Bingham doesn't walk a lot, so.
Powell pounds it foul. Powell has had a number of hot and cold stretches this season. Been an up-and-down player largely this summer. At the moment, he's pretty hot. Just to highlight that point a little more, he was 6 of 19 with a hit in every game to start this season, then went 0-7. Takes upstairs, that's ball 3. That was followed by a 5 for 11 stretch in the next 3 games. Then came his 1 for 13 cold spell at the dish. He is currently 5 for the last 11, as we said. Just about as streaky as they get. Big strike.
Runner's moving here, so anything put on play will be a little scary.
Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here it comes. Foul off. Put something in there.
Yeah, it doesn't get much more intense than this. No room for error.
Well, Andrew Peltola, our third base umpire a moment ago, was having a good look at the sky, seeing what might be going on there. We'll keep track of that. 3-2. Bounced on the ground to first. Easy play for Kraus, who steps on the bag and retires the side. So Logan Bingham able to get out of trouble in the top of 1. Senators bats for the first time tonight. Coming up, no score. Going to the bottom of.
Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today. In need of trash pickup service? Well, look no further than Evergreen Disposal. With over 2 generations of experience, a family-owned and operated business, Evergreen Disposal proudly serves Southern Maryland. The company is committed to customers and building community. They provide service to homeowners associations, individual houses, and commercial, construction, and industrial locations. Once you switch, you'll never look back. To start using Evergreen Disposal, go to evergreendisposal.com or call 240-468-6677. That's 240-468-6677 to change to a community-based organization. Evergreen Disposal.
So Anthony Ellie gets the start tonight for Alexandria and Chris Bursett's squad. Boy, is this a team in recent years that has been fantastic, Alex. A year ago, they won the South. Senators took them out in the playoffs. They're looking to exact revenge this season, and they've done it with good pitching, backed up by the bats. Anthony Ellie, a great part of this pitching staff. Tell the folks about him, partner.
I mean, wow, a short sample size through 3 games, but a 1.38 ERA through 13 innings pitched. And he lets him put the ball in play. He's trusting the defense. Only 8 strikeouts through 13 innings pitched, but he doesn't walk a lot of batters, and he still doesn't give up a lot of hits. So expecting soft contact here today.
And he's come on strong with this team, right? Joined the team back on June 30th, so he hasn't had all that long with Alexandria. But since that, he has been just fantastic. A 1-0 record. His first appearance, he threw 5 innings, only gave up 1 hit. Walked 2, struck out 2. So the Senators will try to bounce on him early. And to do that will be Nick Flores. No Adam Trock in the lineup, as we mentioned before the break. First pitch, Flores takes outside for ball 1. And Ellie, through his first 8 innings, didn't give up any runs. And then last time out on July 7th, that's over a week ago, he gave up 2 earned against the Big Train.
And even that's impressive against the Big Train.
And you got to keep in mind, that was only 2 days after he had made a 3-inning appearance against the Braves. So he pitched a lot when he first came onto the team.
Yeah, short rest.
There's been a lot of canceled games recently that have kind of taken him out of a mojo a little bit.
You know, unfortunately, that's been the entire league all season. So many games have been rescheduled.
Yeah, this past week we had a rough patch, and then before that, about 3 weeks back, a month about now, This is put on the ground to third, and it's past Tommy into the outfield, and Flores will try for two. He's there standing. Leadoff two-bagger for Nick Flores. Senators are cooking.
Just ate him up there.
So what the Aces did in the first inning, that has kind of been the story for the Senators as of late. They have struggled to score runners, something Scott Middleton's really disappointed in, but he trusts that his guys will be able to put it together.
It's also kind of surprising, especially with how this season started. 10 games of at least 6 runs each game.
Here's Logan Tribble. We've chronicled for you all season his incredible ability to make contact with the ball. He reached in his first 13 plate appearances to begin the season. Tribble recently been great as well. 3 of his last 8 has knocked in 4 runs in that time. And this is a guy in Anthony Ellie, similar to Logan Bingham. He's a strike thrower. And that one's past Shyman to the backstop. Easy 90 feet for Nick Flores, and it's all set up for Logan Tribble early.
Like you said, he gets bat to ball, and that would score almost certainly here.
He's got 3 sacrifice flies this year. That leads the team.
Feels like wherever he is, the clutch moments just find him. I mean, to start the season, he was the 9-hole hitter for a couple weeks.
Scott Middleton really liked how he was turning over the lineup, but he said he just couldn't justify keeping him down in the order. Said that he needed to get Tribble more at-bats, and, well, he's done that, and he has answered the call.
Corner's in here, so anything from first to third will be thrown home. But short and second, we'll just get the out at first.
3-1. Tribble pops it up. Foul territory, out of play. Well, early offense will likely be rewarded tonight with some potential rain in the area, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as this game passes 5 innings, no matter what the weather, if it ends, it's game over.
Payoff pitch. In the air, foul territory, first base side. Echeverria runs out of room.
Almost a huge break for the Alexandria Aces here, because if they got that out, run doesn't score, and then they're 1 out away from anything getting them out of the inning.
Aces about as hot as they get. 7-3 in their last 10. They've really been on a heater. Southern Maryland trending in the opposite direction. The pitch whacked into left field. And that's down in front of Hankerson. Easily scoring is Flores. And an RBI base knock for Logan Tribble. Senators up 1-0 early. First to strike in Waldorf tonight. And here comes the guy that drives him in a lot. 3rd on the team in RBIs. Strikes out a lot, but also walks a ton as well. Tribble goes. Pitch is in there. Throw to second. Not a dime. We see it so often. Sometimes the throw will beat Tribble, but he finds a way to make a nifty slide.
Just under the tag there. I mean, it was a missile. It's just a hop twice, and where the glove was, it was too high.
Boy, Ellie's been rock solid all season. Senators cracking the code on him a little bit early. Tough take for Krause.
Yeah, still threatening for more and already got 1 in.
Aces with some squandered opportunity in the top half. Senators have struck immediately. Stephen Krause comes out of Binghamton University. He had 2 home runs there this season. That was in only 54 at-bats, so some dangerous power in his bat. Hasn't hit any homers this year with the Senators. He does have 2 triples, though, in which after that first one, he told our very own Drew Owens that it had been 3 years since he had hit one. He hit another 2 days later.
It's got the wheels today, or this year.
Foul tip, strike 3. Down goes Krause swinging. There's 1 away. And so as a result of some of this lineup shuffling, Danny Serwick moves up in the order. And he's been pretty solid throughout the season. He's started to put it together as the season's gone along, just finding more of his standard, right? At one point, he was dipping down into the low 200s in batting average, now hitting 237. He's also displayed power at times. He's got 2 home runs, both of those solo shots. One to close out June against the Thunderbolts, and way earlier in the season against the Crop Dusters. Three for his last 11 at the plate.
Seeing Ellie get behind in a lot of counts early.
Senators have largely struggled to walk in recent games. But yeah, Ellie not helping himself out.
It's not like he's been wowed either, just a couple inches out of the zone.
Southern Maryland, though, over the last 3 games, they've been able to generate some offense. 15 runs. Serwick, a 4-pitch walk. So 15 runs in those last 3 games, but a 1-2 record for the Senators in that stretch. It's just been really struggling on the mound. They got a 9.93 team ERA over the last 4.
I mean, that's just unsustainable.
Yeah.
A 9.93, that's more than 1 run each inning.
And it's a team in Southern Maryland that had the best pitching staff at one point in the season. They did it with limiting the walks. Bullpen has struggled to do that in recent times. Here comes Carter Groen. Not quite the season he's wanted, but there's no doubt he can produce the big moments. He did exactly that in the second meeting against the Aces. That was over at Frankman Field. Senators were down to their last out. Top of the 9th inning. Down 2 runs. Runner aboard and Stephen Krause. Groen launched a 2-run shot, and then Nichols backed him up with a solo blast. Senators ultimately able to win that game. It was a miraculous victory, part of a 9-game winning streak for the Senators where it felt like they could do no wrong. It's a very different point in the season now.
You're only 1 game above 500 now.
Grays nipping at the heels of Southern Maryland. They're a game and a half back now after they lost 2 to the Aces last night. Alexandria and DC had a doubleheader.
Huge if the Senators could gain a game here and beat the Aces.
Yeah, and maybe you could even sneak up on Alexandria a little bit late in this season. Senators 3 games back at the moment. 3-1. Misses low. Ellie really struggling with command now. Aces have a mound visit before Jax Nichols will have his turn. Still no action, no stirring out in that Aces bullpen. It's early in the contest. So just trying to get Ellie calmed down here, and it's a shocking result, right?
Yeah, from a guy that's only walked 4 batters all season, he's already walked 2 tonight in the first.
And it had only been 8 hits as well. He's given up 2 of those. Leadoff double from Nick Flores, then an RBI single for Tribble. Struck out Krause, but then back-to-back walks.
Not very competitive at bats either.
And maybe perhaps a little gun-shy after giving up those first 2 hits, but what's shocking is he then struck out a guy in between that.
I mean,
so the infield comes in. Shortstop and second baseman looking for a double play. Senators have grounded out into a lot of those recently. 14 this season, but they had only grounded out into 1 10 games in.
I mean, there's a lot of stats that'll just show this team has gone downhill ever since those first 10 games.
It's a team, though. They've got incredible power. Just feels like they got to put everything together. They have the pieces. They have the talent. No doubt about that. We saw that early in the season.
Injuries could also be a part of it. We've seen a bunch of big names go home this season, including Nathan Brewer.
Yeah, Nathan Brewer, Kai Queed. We'll likely not see Chet Bowling for the remainder of the season. He got banged up about 2 weeks ago over at the Thunderbolts. Nichols fights it off.
Staying alive.
Yeah, and with all those injuries, it certainly puts a unique burden on Scott Middleton to try to figure this stuff out.
Especially with all these cancellations, games in a row, over and over. Like, remember the 13-game streak, or was it 12 games in 11 days? Like, it's just, there's no time to have people leaving. And, of course, that's what's been happening this season.
Yeah, 13 games in 11 days the Senators had to play. And when you got that, certainly aren't aided by all those injuries. And there's a swing and a miss at strike 3. There's a drop third strike, but no movement with first base occupied. And the 7th spot, Cale Vinson tried to come through for his guys. Well, you also got to mention the people that left the team having to report to college. Jack Ewart amongst them. He was the second baseman to start the season. Vinson puts a charge into one out to center field. Colligan back, and he will make the catch and retire the side. Just as the Aces did, Senators leave them loaded in the first, but are able to score 1-0 Southern Maryland going to the second inning.
Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today. Thermal Comfort provides heating and air conditioning for newly constructed custom homes in Northern Virginia and select areas in Maryland. They service all systems, operational or non-operational, while providing free estimates for new systems. Go to thermalcomfortllc.com and choose the easier way to upgrade your heating and cooling system.
Back from Southern Maryland, Senators in front 1-0. First pitch to DJ Shyman is a called strike. Glad to have you back with us. It is a humid night in Waldorf, Maryland. Alex Urso currently out of the booth, retrieving some of our cameras. We're expecting some rain to come in the area. This is what Logan Bingham will do. He fills up the zone. Only 5 walks this season. He did hand out a free pass in the first inning, but it was to walk someone onto an unoccupied, first base. 0-2. Boy, is this a good catching team. They got Diego Pena, DJ Shyman, and he goes around swinging strike 3. Second punch out tonight for Logan Bingham, and that sets down DJ Shyman.
Now batting, number 18, Will Tommy.
That brings up Will Tommy. Been pretty good at the plate recently, especially compared to his season stats. Hitting .214 on the year. Hasn't played all that much. 3 for his last 9, though. He's a kid from the local area. A number of those on this Aces team, but they've gotten a lot of high-power guys from the area. Tommy rips one down the right field line. That's a fair ball. Groen able to cut it off. So Tommy held to a long single.
Now batting, number 5, Trip Capers.
In comes Trip Capers, who had a monster game the second time around against the Senators. He was 2 for 4 with a double, knocked in 2 runs as well. Swings through strike 1. Other than that, he has really struggled against the Senators. In all the other games, he is 1 for 8 versus Southern Maryland. Last time out, 0 for 4. That one's past Nichols to the backstop. Up goes Will Tommy. It's really been a big opportunity for Capers this summer to see a lot of pitches at the college level. Only took 3 at-bats this year with George Mason. So getting a lot of good experience. A foul tip, strike 2. It's all about scoring runners on the base paths for the Aces. That's something they struggled with early on this season. This is on the ground to third. Cook delivers to Kress in time. 2 down.
Now batting number 3, Cooper Hobbs.
Back to the top of the order in Cooper Hums, and after Alexandria left them loaded in the first inning, a threat of leaving one more on in the second. Had the one-out base runner in Will Tommy who smacked a single. Cooper Hobbs, he led things off with a single in the first, then stole a base. He was left stranded. Popped up foul. Hum's the guy that walks a ton. 4 walks in his last 11 at-bats. 16 this season compared to only 13 strikeouts. And then when he gets on the base pass, he's an absolute nuisance. Bingham dots one that time. He's a strike thrower through and through. 1-2. Upstairs. This past college season, Hums played in 37 games over at Western Michigan. Had a 138 batting average. It's just upstairs. Struck out 18 times. That was a real concern for him this college season. He's been able to lower the strikeout numbers. This is served into left. Back goes Surwick. Near the line, makes the grab. That'll do it for the top of 2. Logan Bingham clean through 2 innings. Senators in front, 1-0.
Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change. Need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawnmowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family-owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine, their commitment to serving customers is priority 1. The newest addition to the Senators family is the Maryland Lady Senators softball team. With an 18U team forming, 14U and 10U teams, the Lady Senators coaches and staff strive to help players reach their fullest potential both on and off the field. With the team just finishing their second season,
Bottom 2, Senators and Aces, back with you. Cody Wagner, Alex Urso on the Senators Baseball Network. MJ Phillips takes the first pitch strike. Well, isn't he an interesting case? MJ Phillips, he strikes out a bunch, but also walks a ton. 16 bases on balls, been punched out 20 times. This is lifted down the left side, out of play.
Southern Maryland's own Joey Gallo.
He's also shown the ability to pitch this summer, something that he's done a little bit at Towson.
Not sure if you knew this, Cody, but Joey Gallo's trying to pitch in the big leagues now.
Oh, goodness. Powell guns him down, out number 1. Well, the Joey Gallo connections continue as Calvin Cook comes to the plate. He's playing third base. It's a little different for him, but he's played there earlier this season when Danny Serwick missed a game. That was the last time these teams played over at Frank Mann Field, July 3rd. Senators were victorious 4-2. That was a pitcher's duel. Maybe this one will be the same. But it really would be an oddity considering the amount of base runners both teams have had early on.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have bases loaded in the first inning.
Neither team able to capitalize on that. Senators got one immediately on an RBI single from Logan Tribble, but once they got him loaded, really stalled out. Cook takes upstairs. Whole ton of these guys out of Middle Tennessee State. Scott Middleton's got a good relationship with the head coach over there. Jam shot into shallow left, and Powell goes after it. He can't come up with it. Cook hustling for second, and now he's caught in a rundown. Throw goes back to first. He's dead to rights. There's 2 down in the second.
Not sure what the thought process was there.
Yeah, unfortunate base running error for the Senators. It's something that they've cleaned up throughout the season in terms of the errors in the field and in terms of the base running mistakes, but there it rears its ugly head. Where the Senators have slowed down is the bats, hitting .212 as a team over the last 4 games. Anyway, though, over the last 3, they have found a way to push them across 15 runs. That was something Scott Middleton was hoping to do more, score the runs that they get on. It's something they did at an incredible rate early in the season. Flores skies one into right center. Over goes Capers in the gap. He'll make the grab for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Senators in the second. We're back with more action. Senators 1, Aces nothing on the Senators Baseball Network.
Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Serwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team. In need of trash pickup service? Well, look no further than Evergreen Disposal. With over 2 generations of experience, a family-owned and operated business, Evergreen Disposal proudly serves Southern Maryland. The company is committed to customers and building community. They provide service to homeowners associations, individual houses, and commercial, construction, and industrial locations. Once you switch, you'll never look back. To start
Senators in front, 1-0. Southern Maryland and Alexandria go at it once more tonight. Senators lead the season series 3-1. Boy, have these been some fun games in a budding rivalry in the South Division, Alex.
I mean, just seems like every time they play each other, we get a good matchup.
John Colligan leads things off and smacks it back up the middle base hit into center field. He makes it an 8-game hit streak, and he has been explosive as a recent.
Just attacked early there, first pitch of the AV and inning.
And here it comes another guy on a heater, Derek Almeida. He's really been that way all season, batting .372. And for you folks who don't necessarily pay attention too much anymore to batting average, he's got 18 walks as well to only 16 strikeouts. He's a kid from California. Chris Brissett has gone all around the map to pick up some of these guys. Number of them from the local area, but those that are not, a lot of them from really far away. Almeida has only gotten better as the season's gone along. Batted .300 in the first month of the campaign. Not that that's particularly bad, of course, but since then he's hitting .500 across 34 at-bats.
17 for 34 is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I mean, in a sport where if you bat .260, you're an above-average player.
Yeah, he's just been remarkable. Was a standout at college this season. Hit .346, 40 runs batted in. Runner goes. Pitch is hit through the hole on the left side. Never stopping his stride is John Colligan, who's easily into third, and that ball is into the Senators' dugout. Oh, well, a questionable decision by Danny Serwick to throw to third the way he did. And that advances Almeida all the way up to third. He was going to second on the throw. So a run scores, and Almeida goes to third.
Just when you said the Senators are starting to clean up these mistakes, they're starting to show.
And this has unfortunately been kind of one of the sticking points for Logan Bingham throughout the season. There's been a lot of mistakes behind him throughout the year. Just unfortunate for him, who's had a pretty good season with the Senators, all things told. Echeverria sends one high into the air. Shallow left. Flores makes the easy grab. One out.
Big out there.
Really needed that one.
I mean, if Serwick just held it there, it'd be first and third and one out.
Yeah, and even better that it doesn't do any damage. Isn't a productive out for Echeverria. And in steps E.J. Hankerson. A returner to this team. Only a couple of those for Chris Brissett this season, but it's a winning culture. A team that each of the last 3 seasons coming into this year had or were tied for the best record in the league.
Senators still seeking their first season above 500. Third year in the league.
This is ripped out to right field. Back goes Groen, and he's able to make the running catch. In standing comes Almeida. It's 2-1. Aces. So a big sac fly for E.J. Hankerson, who put a charge into that one. Was a tough play for Groen, who didn't get the best of reads on it, but able to make a nice leaping grab out there.
Yeah, slightly misplayed, but still got the out. Took 2 steps forward before a step back.
So Michael Powell, last time he was up, had the bases loaded. Very different situation here. Aces have already scored twice in the inning. Again, we really want to highlight early offense in this contest because of potentially looming rain in the area. If we are over 5 innings, the game can ultimately be called there. There was an odd situation, though, about a week ago against the Grays where for a moment the game was just postponed. Here's Kraus. He will step on the bag himself, and that does it for the third. Ace is able to crack the scoring column, and they do it to the tune of 2 runs. They lead the Senators 2-1, going to the bottom of 3. Southern Maryland trying to keep the bats going.
If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team. Whether you're a player or aspire to work a job in sports, the Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate Baseball League is the right place for you. With over 250 players each year, the Cal Ripken League helps showcase talent in a competitive environment. If you're seeking a job in sports, the Cal Ripken League offers media and photography internships. To learn more, visit calripkenleague.org today.
Bottom 3, Senators and Aces. Alexandria in front 2-1 over Southern Maryland. They're looking good early. Last time they won in this series was right here at Regency Furniture Stadium. That was back on June 22nd. It was an 8-7 win. Aces got some ninth inning offense. Senators were ultimately unable to respond. They got all 7 of their runs in the first 3 innings of that contest.
Yeah, and at one point we're up 7-2.
Senators at that point in the season were averaging 8 runs a game. Since then, that is not the case.
Boy, do we miss that.
And not that it's all bad for this team, right? We don't want to get too downer on you folks. It's a team that has incredible talent as Tribble puts a charge into one. That's down in the left center field gap. He races for 2. Throw goes in from Callaghan. Safe.
And again, you see his slides the ball got there first, but he gets under the tag.
Well, Tribble's told me personally he doesn't love sliding head first at this field. I had to do it that time.
First base umpire took a little bit of a tumble there.
I saw that. Andrew Klinger was trying to get a better view of Tribble stepping on first. And it took a little bit of a slip. So a big leadoff 2-bagger for Logan Tribble as the Senators try to generate some offense. And as I was saying before, it's a team that has shown the ability to put up runs in a hurry. They led the league early in the season in home runs. That's changed recently, but the talent is there. It's all about putting it together on a day-to-day basis, especially with the pitching. Really hoping to get some of those great arms like they did early in the season, trying to get them going.
Yep.
Massive piece of that was adding Diego Barrett, as they just did recently to this team. He's out of North Carolina A&M. Just recently pitched in a showcase that was aired on MLB Network. He pitched phenomenally in that game. Big things in his future. Cross pops one up, back behind second. Everyone calling for it. It's ultimately Hankerson who makes the grab. One down.
I guarantee even with him just getting on the team, but there's a very high chance in these high leverage situations he's going in.
Oh, yeah, Scott Middleton was just raving to me about him before the game. Loving bullpen arms, anyone that he can get. Said that he gets up into the mid-90s with his fastball.
You just don't see that much in this league.
That's for sure.
Wimberly does, though.
Yeah, Nick Wimberly, he's been fantastic all season.
And just recently won Pitcher of the Week.
Here's Danny Surowick with a big opportunity. Walked in the first inning. Has blasted 2 home runs this season. Those both in the month of June. In fact, one of them last day of the month. This is on the ground to first. Easy play for Echeverria. I'll take it himself. That's out number 2.
He's able to advance triple, though, so a pass ball could score a run.
So productive out for Danny Surowick. And it steps Carter Groen. It just feels like he plays with so much confidence, game in, game out. Still just waiting a little bit for him to put it together day in, day out, right? He's produced the big moments like he did last season. That I don't think will ever go away.
It's the clutch factor.
He's certainly got that in spades. So I'll just waiting for him to put in a solid effort day in, day out like he was last season. You know he's capable of it. A really talented player.
And he's mentioned multiple times he's one of those guys that really wants to get to the next level.
Yeah, got aspirations to go play minor leagues, eventually Major League Baseball. Got to think that he's got some of the skills to do it, and that one will hook foul. That's felt like the type of year it's been for him a little bit, right, Alex? There's been a lot of unlucky moments for Carter, and it just seems like he can't catch a break.
And you said he's confident, but that can really weigh down on a player, especially when it feels like you're putting the ball in play with, or putting even a charge on the ball, and it's just right to a glove.
He's had a good time, though, against this team. 3 for 13 on the season, 5 runs batted in against the Aces. So a little tap or foul. Last season, logged in over 1,100 OPS with the Senators. That's a stat category where anything over 1,000 is considered elite. No, you're very well acquainted with that one.
Yep.
Grounds a
Currently
foul.
only, I believe 2 players in the whole MLB with an OPS over 1,000. Judge and Kyle Riley.
Boy, isn't that Cal Raleigh good?
Home run derby champ.
Yeah. A 2-2. Ripped foul.
Just early on that one.
Yeah, out in front of a couple of these balls, Alex.
It's good to see him put bats to ball, though. Has struck out a decent amount this season.
Yeah, strikeouts been a problem, as you kind of alluded to. 21 this season compared to 5 walks. The pitch. Fouled off. Groen played this year at the college level over at UConn. Before that, played as a freshman at Iota. At UConn, dealt with a lower body injury here. He lifts one into left field. That's down and off the wall. Groen rounds first. He'll try for 2. Hankerson's throw in there. Not in time. RBI double for Carter Groen. Senators have tied it up.
Just a great at-bat for Growing there, fighting even with 2 strikes and putting 1 in play and tying it up.
Oh boy, don't you feel good for that guy? He's been battling up against it all season, and there he gets a quality AB and then rips one into left field. And this is Jax Nichols. Something about this Aces team that just brings out the best in him. Popped into foul territory in the seats.
Could be just some extra motivation because they're always chirping at him.
Yeah, said he dealt with a lot of that the first time they played him. Second time over at Frankman Field. He hit a late go-ahead homer in that contest.
Oh, I bet that felt nice.
He certainly had no problem watching it fly. And there they hit him. Nichols will make his way down to first base, and there's 2 men on with 2 outs.
Certainly didn't seem intentional, but you definitely know there is some tension between Nichols and the Aces.
Yeah, it didn't seem intentional in any way. You know, though, there's probably some guys in that Aces bullpen that didn't hate seeing that, probably. This is Cal Vincent to the plate. He's 0 for 1. A fly out to center field his first time. Swings through strike 1. Yeah, and at the summer level, you aren't likely to see many intentional hit by pitches. Most of these guys just focused on their stats, trying to crack into that next level, the upper echelon of college athletics, which is oh so tough to do.
Yeah, after the games, you often see players from other teams that go to the same colleges conversating, so definitely no hard feelings.
Yeah, a lot of closeness between opposing teams in this league. This is a pop-up left side of the infield. Calling for it is the pitcher, Ellie, who puts it away to end the inning. Senators leave 2 on, but Carter Groen able to blast RBI double in the third. 2-2, Senators and Aces. We got a good one tonight. Back after this with more Senators baseball.
A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search SOMDBlueCrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team. The newest addition to the Senators family is the Maryland Lady Senators softball team. With an 18U team forming, 14U and 10U teams, the Lady Senators coaches and staff strive to help players reach their fullest potential both on and off the field. With the team just finishing their 2nd season, you can join in the future by registering at ladysenators.com. Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today.
Tied at 2, top of the 4th inning we go. Senators and Aces, 2 top teams in the South Division. Glad you can join us on what is potentially a rainy night later from Waldorf, Maryland. But for the moment, not too dark of clouds. Looking pretty good thus far. DJ Shyman, switch hitting catcher, takes strike 1. We saw him earlier in the season and mentioned it. Not too often you see switch hitting catchers. Of course, becoming more common in the game.
Orioles just drafted one in the first round. Can't remember his name, but 30th overall pick.
They already got the most famous one in the league.
Adley. I believe Cal is actually the most famous one now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Here's a check swing, little tapper. Tough play for Bingham. Scheinman safe. Well, it was a long road for both Nichols and Bingham. Logan was the first one there, just unable to throw him out. And doesn't that one hurt? You get exactly what you want, soft contact.
I think he just should have let Nichols handle that one.
Would have been a tough play for Nichols as well.
There's time. It's almost like he just lobbed it in there.
Yeah, he had one of those as well when we were on the road against the Grays, if you remember that. You were actually there for that game. This one smacked into the right center field gap. Groen is there and puts it away, one gone.
Another case where the hard contact's the out, soft contact gets you on base.
And it's tough to keep full concentration as a pitcher, right? Especially when you got to get off the mound, make a tough play to begin with, and then try to deliver a strike to first, something you're not necessarily used to.
Yeah, it's just a weird situation. You don't know how far the runner is down the line. You don't want to throw it too hard because then it might be wild, and you don't want him getting a second off of a wild throw.
Capers lines one into center field. That's down, a base hit. So a couple of base knocks in the fourth. Aces are business. Lineup card flips over for Chris Brissett, and here comes Cooper Hums. Some great coaches with the Aces. Chris Brissett, his 6th season. Over coaching first base is Jen Hammond, her 5th season with the Aces. Only female coach in the league.
Love to see it.
In the air out to shallow left. Sorowick has to make a run for it. He makes the grab 2 away. Second straight fly out to left for Hums. John Colligan will try to deliver with 2 outs. Yeah, and more on Hammond. Got an opportunity to speak with her pregame. Just has a phenomenal mind for the game. She played softball growing up, as most girls do. But she always loved baseball, she told me. She grew up in a house with 3 brothers. But her dad, because of that, was always very skeptical of letting her play with the boys. Of course, as you know how they can get, Alex. But once she got to college, she was playing at the college level, but because of how demanding it was, she took the opportunity to play with the women's club baseball team at her college, and from there she has been in love with the sport, has coached at the high school level, now at the summer collegiate ball level. She said there's certainly been interesting moments coaching the sport, but it's only 95% of the time it's all good.
Yeah, probably some odd conversations in a dugout full of boys.
Certainly. She said, though, she's gotten used to it. She said the oddest moments for her is when she's not treated like she just fits in, right? She wants to just be a part of the environment. Was telling me a story that she's a catcher on a men's league team, as you would say, and she said that pitchers, she's the catcher on the team, they'll say, "Let's go, man," and then they try to go, "Oh, ma'am," and they try to change it up. And she said just go with it. She's really not too worried. She just wants to fit in, be
ball.
part of the team, play ball. Exactly. That's what it's all about. This is on the ground through the right side. Groen. He boots it a little bit. And now Colligan goes to second. Throw goes there. He's safe. Scoring with these is Capers as well. It's 4-2 Alexandria. Well, isn't that costly?
Just a single bobble in the outfield.
Well, a couple of unfortunate things there. Cale Vincent was holding the runner at second, so he's pulled more towards the bag, unable to get to that ball that gets through the hole. Kind of a soft roller. Groen was originally going to try to gun down Shyman at home, and he boots it. Capers able to score, and Colligan goes up to second.
It's like you said earlier, just the defense behind Bingham can really hurt him sometimes.
Yeah, and not much of this is really his doing.
I believe that's 1 earned run, 3 unearned.
Yeah, Shyman would have been close. Would have been interesting to see a throw from Groen because he's got a cannon too. And in steps Derek Almeida. He's 2 for 2 tonight. One of the hottest guys in the whole league takes inside. It's been that way all season for Almeida. Just been tough to get out. 18 walks on the year to only 16 strikeouts. Steals a ton as well once he gets on base. 14 steals and 18 attempts. Runners off. Pitch is in there. Throw it out to third. Not in time. So a big steal at third for John Colligan. And a pass ball could be real trouble here. Almeida on an 11-game hitting streak. That includes tonight. In the air, right field. Groen makes the grab. That'll do it for a 4th inning in which the Aces are able to push across 2. 4-2, Alexandria in front. Southern Maryland trying to keep the offense going after they got 1 in the 3rd. Aces 4, Senators 2 on the Senators Baseball Network.
If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland. Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com.
On a sweaty night in Waldorf, Aces 4, Senators 2. MJ Phillips will lead things off in the 4th for Southern Maryland. Aces have scored 2 each of the last 2 innings. Alex, their offense early in the season really struggled. Boy, recently that has not been the case. They become one of the top offenses in the league.
Yeah, we've seen it especially tonight, but we've also seen the Senators helping them out a little bit in the field.
Alexandria pitching has been pretty consistent the whole season. Phelps pops one out of play. These two teams scheduled to play last Tuesday. That was canceled due to lightning. So they play here tonight. Potential that they might play on Tuesday as well. We'll see how that goes. There's been a number of games already taken off the schedule, Alex, and simply because there's not enough days to play the games that need to be played.
Yeah, and this season was supposed to be an extended season, but now it's looking like there's going to be less games than last year.
Called strike 3. Phillips set down on 3 straight strikes. This will be Calvin Cook. He's had a rough summer at the dish. He's 1 for his last 10 at the plate, has walked twice in that time. He's been able to reach a decent amount with walks and also been kept in games largely because of his versatility in the field. He's played second, played third. He's at the hot corner tonight. That's largely because they had to move Danny Surwick out to left because Tribble went to center field to replace Adam Truck. So there was a lot of switch-ups in the, as far as the defensive alignment went for Scott Middleton tonight. This is into center field. Medium deep, Colligan puts it away, 2 out. It's been a fun one so far. Senators and Aces, Southern Maryland trying to keep the bats hot. Got 15 runs over the last 3 games. Unfortunately, pitching hasn't backed it up. That's looking the case tonight so far. And it's really been the fielding largely, Alex.
Yeah.
Plate umpire Joshua Dietrich showing off the arm a little there.
Strike to third base.
We should mention, because it's worth saying, Jack Gagnon, he is now the bullpen catcher at the moment for the Senators. He's made a number of starts on the road recently for Southern Maryland. Popped in the air, right side. Echeverria is out, and he makes the catch. Nice over-the-shoulder grab to retire the side. So we've played 4 in Waldorf, 4-2. Aces in front.
Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com. We've got an offer you won't want to miss out on. Over the summer, the Senators collegiate team will be hosting a youth baseball camp throughout June and July, available to ages 7 through 14. Take the opportunity to get personalized advice from Senators players and coaches and elevate your game to the next level. For specific dates and times, go to somdsenators-cal.com to learn more. Thermal Comfort provides heating and air conditioning for newly constructed custom homes in Northern Virginia and select areas in Maryland. They service all systems, operational or non-operational, while providing free estimates for new systems. Go to thermalcomfortllc.com and choose the easier way to upgrade your heating and cooling system. Need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawnmowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine, their commitment to serving customers is priority one.
In comes Diego Barrett out of the bullpen. 6-foot right-hander out of Woodbridge, Virginia. Same hometown and actually friends with the Senators' Tyler Mitchell. That's how he got the opportunity to pitch on this team, and Scott Middleton couldn't be more pleased. He is absolutely fantastic. This year over at North Carolina A&T, he had a 3.88 ERA. That was across 20 appearances, a 1-1 record, made a save as well across 48 2/3. So he got some really good innings at the college level, struck out 51 batters. He's got some really good stuff, Alex.
Ernie Echevarria.
I mean, the stats speak themselves. Had a much improved year compared to last year.
Yeah, and so when I spoke to Scott Middleton about him before the game, he showed me a clip of him pitching at an HBCU showcase that was aired on MLB Network, and then I thought to myself, that looks familiar. I had seen the same clip on Instagram myself earlier in the day. He was working the two-seam fastball, unbelievable, at the corner of the zone. He's got great movement on his stuff. Throws that two-seamer, high 80s, low 90s, and then the four-seam up into the mid-90s. His stuff has nasty run. A graduate student hoping to play baseball at the next level.
Being at a showcase will definitely help with that, especially shoving at a showcase.
Yeah. Yeah, when you get a post from some of those official MLB accounts, you know you're
Doing right.
You're on the right track, no doubt about that. So this is Ernie Echevarria. Bounces one foul.
Took a
0
little
for 1
something.
tonight. A walk in the first inning.
Took a little something off that one.
Been great against the Senators this season. 4 for 8. Couple of doubles. The pitch. Low and away. We can officially wrap up the night for Logan Bingham. He pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 hits, 4 runs, only one of them earned. Echevarria smacks one into left. Sorwick barely has to move and puts it away for out number 1.
Now batting.
Scott Middleton and this coaching staff have really got to love adding an arm to this bullpen like Barrett. I mean, it just gives them a lot more options to use out of the bullpen, especially come playoff time. Something they were looking for.
Especially in the home stretch of the season where you need some wins here.
And it's a guy you're expecting to be able to strike out a whole lot of batters. Something Southern Maryland could really use after what's been a rocky performance tonight. That is defensively. E.J. Hakerson to the plate. He had a sac fly in the 3rd inning. That drove in a run. On the ground, a short. Tough play for Flores in the hole. Long throw. Bounces past Kraus. Hakerson will reach on what was a tough throw for Flores.
Now batting. Number 8.
So likely it'll count as an error, but man, is that a tough one. Michael Powell, he's pulled the ball to first both times up. .6'3" imposing presence. He's an Alexandria, Virginia native, so local kid, grew up in the area. It's about a 40-minute drive to southern Maryland here in Waldorf. It all depends on the traffic. Foul tip, strike two.
And I'll tell you, Waldorf is either completely clear or you're bumper to bumper.
Yeah, if you make that search at about 11 p.m. before you go to bed, you're going to go, oh, this place is close. It's about 30 minutes. Or if you make it at, let's say, 5 p.m., 5:30, you're going to go, oh, my goodness, it's probably about an hour, at least. Powell been hot lately. 5 for his last 11 with 3 RBIs. Swing and a miss. He got him. First punch out of the season for Diego Barrett. And just like that, down goes Michael Powell.
Now batting, number 16, DJ Scheinman.
They're expecting exactly that from this kid Barrett. A lot of strikeouts and keeping runners off base. DJ Scheinman got the start at catcher tonight. He's been pretty good, darn good lately. 4 for 11, 5 walks. That's been the key stat for him.
Gets on base.
Been issued 17 free passes this season. It's only 9 punch-outs as well. Always a spot for a guy like that in your lineup. The 0-1. In there, strike two. And boy, isn't it important to have friends sometimes. Tyler Mitchell, friends with Barrett growing up, got the opportunity for him to play on this Senators team.
Much needed arm out of the pen.
Great time in the season for that. Hankerson reached on a one-out error by Nick Flores on a tough play in the hole. The 1-2. Check swing, he held up. And this is a team that welcomes new guys very well. There's a lot of team camaraderie, a lot of love amongst these guys. And that really hasn't faded as the winning has stopped a little bit, right? Which is, it's key if you're going to try to put together something in the playoffs.
Even with this recent slump, the guys are still having fun out there.
Payoff pitch. Down low. Barrett thought he found it. DJ Scheinman able to work aboard. And well, for the moment, there will still be imperfect calls. Not saying that the one a moment ago was, but it was interesting to see last night in the All-Star game with the new automatic balls and strike system. It was debuted in an MLB game, I guess. They had it during spring training this year, so it seems like that's the direction they may be headed, getting the guys used to it at least a little bit.
Only issue is umpires are not fans of it.
No.
You've seen people get ejected for tapping their helmet, which is the indicator they want to challenge a call.
Yeah, and it seems like the way they'd implement it now is almost as a challenge, but you wonder if at any point the idea would be to go fully to automated balls and strikes.
I just don't think that's a good thing for the sport. I feel like ejections and heated moments are a good thing about baseball.
Swung on a miss, strike one. Yeah, you've seen sports obviously different, but sports like tennis just had Wimbledon. It was no line umpires, only the one chair umpire who does kind of delineate things between the players, so that may not go away. This is ripped into left center field, but over there goes Tribble, who tracks it down to retire the side. We played 4.5 from Southern Maryland. It's Aces 4, Senators 2 on the Senators Baseball Network.
Seeking investment management help? Well, look no further than GDS Investments. With over 20 years of experience, Glenn Surwick has the knowledge and experience to help you make informed investment decisions. The company maintains full transparency, allowing you to view your account activity at any time so there are no delays or surprises. Go to gdsinvestments.com today to learn more. GDS Investments, there to guide you when the winds change. Whether you're a player or aspire to work a job in sports, the Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate Baseball League is the right place for you. With over 250 players each year, the Cal Ripken League helps showcase talent in a competitive environment. If you're seeking a job in sports, the Cal Ripken League offers media and photography internships. To learn more, visit calripkenleague.org today. The newest addition to the Senators family is the Maryland Lady Senators softball team. With an 18U team forming, 14U and 10U teams, the Lady Senators coaches and staff strive to help players reach their fullest potential both on and off the field. With the team just finishing their second season, you can join in the future by registering at ladysenators.com. Eternal Couture Sports makes your design ideas come to life. From sports uniforms to vehicle lettering, custom t-shirts, yard signs, and more, EC Sports has you covered. They're ready to suggest new design ideas for your company logo, team uniforms, or personal apparel. Based in Waldorf, Maryland, EC Sports is here to match your design needs. To learn more, visit ecsportsdmv.net today.
This is an Aces bullpen that has really figured things out. They had a 4.65 team ERA. It was 5.3 about 10 games into the season. They've remained largely consistent throughout the season, but just small increases and improvements this year. On the other side for Southern Maryland, it has been a drastic drop-off. They had the best pitching staff in the league at one point, a low 3 ERA. Now it's up to 5.84 for the Senators.
Yep. The new pitcher for the Aces, Aiden Alexandria, hasn't allowed a run in 5.1 innings.
Yeah, the book not fully out on him. He's made a lot of appearances, but largely shorter ones at that. Aces really have the luxury to do that. They've kind of schemed their way through that tough stretch in June where the Senators had to play 13 games in 11 days. Wasn't quite as strenuous for the Aces, who had a couple of games in that largely rained out stretch. Senators didn't play hardly at all then. Logan Tribble, he's 2 for 2 tonight. Squares the bunt, lays it down. Alexander off the mound, bare hands. Throw goes wide. Tribble's off to second. And it will skip out of play. Tribble will be awarded second.
Think that'll be a single and an advance on an error or a two-base error?
Yep. Would expect it's advance on an error off a single. He's bunted for a single. This is now the 4th time this season he's done it. Something that he does so much. He tries to lay down a ton of bunts, and he's super quick down that first baseline, and he's got super good hands.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this, no matter what they score, that's the 3rd time he's been on second base this game.
Yep. Senators an opportunity early in the 5th. Just what the doctor ordered, and Tribble's got speed. Kraus takes a first pitch strike. It's seeming like for the moment, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that we might be clear of rain tonight. There's still an opportunity it may hit the local area. Who knows?
It's looking like about 10 p.m. it'll hit us.
It's looking better as we go along.
So, of course, as you know, as us interns are leaving the stadium, it'll most likely start.
Yeah. Had that a lot this season. Some of the road trips have had to brave some crazy rain on the way back.
Including this Monday.
This is in the air, infield, Powell puts it away, 1 gone.
Now batting, number 22.
So that's a big first out, no advancement of the runner. And that gives way to Danny Surwick. A little throwback on the tunes. He had a walk back in the 1st inning. Ground out to first his last time, which, if you'll remember, advanced Logan Tribble up to 3rd before he was knocked in by Carter Groen.
Be great to see the Senators tag one on here. Don't need a tie-up, but getting one back would be nice.
Fouls the first pitch back. Senators have gotten a run in each of the odd innings to this point.
See if that stays.
Funny enough, Logan Tribble has gotten on base in each of those innings.
We mentioned it. He just finds ways to get on base.
There was a reason Scott Middleton had him batting 9th in the order, and it's not because the reason you might put a Little League kid at 9. You shove him down there, maybe he's the worst in your order. But
right field,
Logan Tribble, that was not the case. It was to turn over the lineup, and he was doing that incredibly well at the start of the season. Scott Middleton just needed him to get more reps, more opportunities. He's made the most of it at the top of the order. Nice pick by Scheiben behind home.
It's huge because it doesn't allow Tribble to get to 3rd. If he gets to 3rd, almost anything put in play would score him.
Tribble may try to swipe a bag anyway. He's got 9 steals this season. Sorwick has played a ton of 3rd base this season. Moved out to left field tonight. That due to no Adam Trock this evening. Count full on Danny Surwick. This feels like a big one, Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Still in the 5th inning, Aces lead. Payoff pitch. Swung on and missed. Went up and in that time and got him swinging. First punch out of the night for Aiden Alexander. And up comes Carter Groen. Had a big moment with 2 outs in the 3rd. Trying to recreate that.
Need to hear.
In that at bat, he fouled off 4 pitches. It's a big part of it.
Hoping that can turn the season around for him. It's a big at bat.
When we were on the road earlier this season against the Grays, we took an intern road trip because the second game was technically a home one against DC. And in that game, Carter Groen, in one at-bat, fouled off 7 pitches.
It's impressive.
Something he does a ton of. Trying to improve exactly that, though.
Swinging at those pitches. Chasing.
Exactly. He's gone out of the zone a lot this season.
It's a big reason for those 21 strikeouts.
He loves the big moments, the big opportunities. But Middleton just wanting him to be a little more patient. Runners off. This is popped in the air behind home plate. Shyman makes the catch. Nice running grab by the catcher to retire the side. Leadoff man gets on for Logan Tribble, but he's left stranded. Senators trail by 2. Going to the 6th inning. Southern Maryland, Alexandria, back after this.
If you want to stay up to date with all things Senators, follow the collegiate team's social media accounts. You can follow the team at Southern MD Senators on Instagram or Go SOMD Senators on X to keep up with the team. You'll get score updates, final score graphics, access to articles, and so much more. Go check out the Senators on social media and don't miss a moment this season. Need industry-leading equipment for leaf blowers, lawnmowers, boat trailers, and more? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Need maintenance or repair on equipment? Guy Brothers Marine can help. Family owned and operated, they take pride in everything they do. They have a reputation for fixing what others can't. For more on equipment and repair, check out GuyBrothersMarine.com today. Guy Brothers Marine, their commitment to serving customers is priority one. Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com. The newest addition to the Senators family is the Maryland Lady Senators softball team. With an 18U team forming, 14U and 10U teams, the Lady Senators coaches and staff strive to help players reach their fullest potential both on and off the field. With the team just finishing their 2nd season, you can join in the future by registering at ladysenators.com.
Aces 4, Senators 2 on the Senators Baseball Network. Glad you can join us tonight. Alexandria got 2 runs back in the 3rd inning, 2 in the 4th. Oh, goodness. We're having a good time. Rain is starting to come down.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. You jinxed it, Cody.
Yeah, just a little light for the moment. We'll see where it goes. First pitch is a strike to Trip Capers. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Single back in the 4th inning. Part of a big rally for the Aces.
If this is the worst the rain gets, I wouldn't be mad, because I bet it feels great for the players.
Yeah, I can tell you, it is sweaty, humid. It's been like that over the last couple of days.
Got a heat advisory on my phone earlier today.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. I can tell you it's certainly not as bad, though, as it was earlier in the summer, where we were dealing with regular triple-digit number days.
Which is crazy to even think about. I mean, I know if you live in Arizona, that's normal, but down here, even high 90s is outrageous for us.
Swung on a miss, he got him. Strike 3.
We're starting to see why Scott was so high on Barrett.
And we'll see how long the leash is on Diego Barrett, a guy that just joined the team. When players are new with this team, they have a little shorter of a leash, won't go as long generally for Scott Middleton. We'll see what it is for him tonight. He's already thrown 1 inning. Back to the top of the order in Cooper Hums.
I think it definitely helps that Scott Middleton already knows what he's capable of.
And I'll tell you, he is attacking the zone, and even when he misses, it's barely away.
The thing about him is, compared to other pitchers on this team, is you see a lot of those guys, they really struggle in college, and when they come here, maybe they're doing well. But him, he had a 3.88 this year in college, which is a above average ERA.
Yeah. Yeah, to do that at a D1 school and then come here, you expect big things. And he's just got so much confidence.
You can see it. It's a swagger to his stance.
Strike 2. That's that mid-90s fastball. Boy, is he pumping heat. Cooper Hums just finished up his sophomore season over at Western Michigan. This year saw a little more playing time, playing 37 games. Check swing, no swing. Yeah, still just a little missed. Payoff pitch. It got him. Now Hums comes up hobbling.
Yeah, I'll tell you this. You can't see the difference between that high 90s fastball and high 80s until it hits you in the back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that one got him on the leg. Oof. So Chris Bursett all the way over to talk with Hums, make sure he's okay. Trainer up to the edge of the dugout over on the Senator side.
Getting checked out by the trainer here.
That's just one of those contact ones that really hurts.
Good thing is it was at a muscle-heavy part. Looked like towards the hamstring in the back. So probably a big bruise, but it seems like he'll be okay.
So John Colligan will come up. Just as consistent as they come. Riding an 8-game hitting streak. Extended that tonight. A guy that hardly ever strikes out. Didn't go down on strikes through the first 7 games he played this summer. He's only struck out 5 times this season.
Very impressive. Like you said, he puts it in play.
Not necessarily a player that is going to single-handedly ruin your night, but he plays with just an incredible consistency, as I said. That's won him a starting role as the season has continued. Played a doubleheader against the Grays last night. In the second one, Colligan reached base with a single and a walk. Was an absolute nuisance on the base pass. Had 3 steals in the contest. Helped the Aces to a dominating 14-3 victory, and albeit over a division opponent.
Yeah, 15 stolen bases so far in the season.
Runner goes. Swing and a miss. No throw down to second. And they're going to call interference. That'll do it for the inning. Might as well call it a strike him out, throw him out. Diego Barrett. He executes a nice pitch down in the zone. And an anticlimactic ending to the inning, albeit, but Senators able to get out of things in the 6th. Big strikeout to end things for Diego Barrett. Senators bats got to get going. They trail by 2.
If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland. Whether you're a player or aspire to work a job in sports, the Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate Baseball League is the right place for you. With over 250 players each year, the Cal Ripken League helps showcase talent in a competitive environment. If you're seeking a job in sports, the Cal Ripken League offers media and photography internships. To learn more, visit calripkenleague.org today. In need of trash pickup service? Well, look no further than Evergreen Disposal. With over 2 generations of experience, a family-owned and operated business, Evergreen Disposal proudly serves Southern Maryland. The company is committed to customers and building community. They provide service to homeowners associations, individual houses, and commercial, construction, and industrial locations. Once you switch, you'll never look back. To start using Evergreen Disposal, go to evergreendisposal.com or call 240-468.
Senators and Aces go at it tonight. Southern Maryland, they have had a tough go of it as far as scheduling goes, but tonight they get the opportunity to play in that they draw the best team in the South Division, the Alexandria Aces. They're 18-11 this season. Nichols takes the first pitch, called strike. Nichols, he's produced some of the biggest moments for the Senators throughout this season. Scott Middleton loves having him in the order and glad to have him back. Check swing. Did he go? No. Dealt with a head injury for a short time after he was hit by a tough foul ball on the road against the Giants about a week and a half back. He was cleared this weekend on July 12th. Ultimately got a couple extra days, which was good for him.
Yeah, this can be hard to come back from sometimes.
Just glad to see him back healthy, back smiling.
Really is a great guy.
Because of that, Senators did add another catcher who will likely, at least Scott Middleton expects, to stay with the team for the rest of the season, and Jack Gagnon.
Looks like the rain stopped.
At least for the moment. The mist has halted. 3-1. Popped in the air, out of play. This Aiden Alexander, he's been good this season. Hasn't given up an earned run in his last 3 appearances. That's 5 1/3 innings. Only surrendered 3 hits in that time. Walked 1, struck out 5. Waved at, strike 3. Got him swinging. Second strikeout of the ball game for Alexander. And that brings up Cale Vincent. Alex, what are you trying to do here if you're the Senators? They got to score runs.
Just get on base. That's what you really need. We've seen it. They've gotten on base, and they're just not capitalizing. But obviously, it all starts with getting runners on. Only a 2-run deficit. You can chip away at it. You still have 3 full innings of play. 11 outs remaining. Just got to get people on, move them over any way you can, and get them in.
Senators last in the league in walks. So that hasn't particularly been a easy way for Southern Maryland to get runners on this season.
And we've also seen that the Senators get a lot of their runs with 2 outs, which I mentioned is just not a sustainable way to get your runs in.
Yeah, we noticed that a lot early on in the season, and we said exactly that, right? Not necessarily sustainable, but they were doing it with great success.
Truly.
We've seen it not pay off as the season's gone along.
And it wasn't even like they already had runners on with 2 outs. They would completely, it's like they started the inning with 2 outs, and they'd still just rally and get runs off of it. We've seen crooked numbers, even with 2 outs, without anyone even on base yet.
Cale Vincent, 0 for 2 tonight. One of these guys out of Middle Tennessee State. Got a relationship with the coach over there, does Scott Middleton. In fact, that's Jax Nichols' father. He's a coach over at Middle Tennessee State, and because of that great relationship over the last 2 seasons, Scott Middleton has brought in a ton of players. That's a fly ball, shallow center. Back goes Powell, who will retire Vincent for out number 2. That brings up MJ Phillips. Senators have had just 1 base runner in the last 3 innings. And to the previous point, they haven't had a walk since back in the first inning.
They had 2 in the first, and just not 1 since. It's not like they're not working counts either. I mean, both batters this inning have had 3 balls on them.
And if you're going to score runs, you got to get runners on base. Misses low to MJ Phillips. He's a walk machine. Maybe he can get something going. We've mentioned the 2-out offense this season for Southern Maryland. 2-0. Up and away. Got to keep in mind, Senators still well in this game.
It's only 2 runs. Just got to get it going on offense.
And there's a 2-out walk. Easy one at that for MJ Phillips. So he's on for Calvin Cook, who had a single earlier in this game. Cook, a guy that's made major leaps forward in his game as the season's gone along. Batting has looked much improved. He's kind of had to get used to the pitching at the summer collegiate level. It's different from what you face in the college season. It's a little tapper in front of home. Scheiman throws him out. That does it for the 6th. Aces lead 4-2. We're back after this on the Senators Baseball Network.
If you or your child is searching for a youth baseball team, you're looking in the right place. The Maryland Senators Elite Travel Baseball Team competes in tournaments and showcases around the country. Featuring teams from 8 to 18U, the Senators work hard to prepare players for the next level by teaching confidence, a winning attitude, and the importance of character by being a great student, teammate, and individual. Get more information by searching MarylandSenators.com, the place to be for travel baseball in Maryland. Want to help the Senators? You can help fuel the team and carry them to victory by becoming a game day meal sponsor. For $250, you provide a pregame meal for the Senators players and staff. If you sign up, you'll receive 4 season passes to home games, a game time announcement, along with commercials on all Southern Maryland Senators broadcasts throughout the season. Both corporate and private donors are welcome. To sign up today, contact info@somdsenators.com. A warm, sunny afternoon, hot dog in hand, water in the other, watching a baseball game. What's better than that? Well, not much. If you want to make that fantasy a reality, you can check out the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Founded in 2006, the Blue Crabs are part of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball. Search somdbluecrabs.com to get tickets today. The Southern Maryland Blue Crabs, Southern Maryland's only pro sports team.
On comes Bryce Harder out of the bullpen. Senators trying to lock things down. They really need it at the moment. They trail by 2 runs. Going into the back third of the contest, Aces have put together some brilliant pitching tonight. First started by Anthony Ellie, who gave 4 innings in the start. Aiden Alexander since then. He has only allowed a total of 2 base runners across 2 innings for him. Bryce Harder comes in relief for Diego Barrett. First we've seen of him in a Senators uniform. Boy, did he look good. Through 2 innings, didn't give up a single hit and struck out 3 batters. Gotta love what we saw from him. Okay, so I was talking with my partner, Alex Urso, during the break, and he told me that back in the MLB, ground rule doubles used to count as home runs. Would you like to explain further?
Until 1931, ground rule doubles used to count as home runs in the league. I don't know if many people know this, but before they had gloves, you were allowed to let the ball bounce once before catching it, and it would still be an out. So it most likely, that is also true, Cody.
Wow.
So the look you showed me here. So I had a teacher back in junior year. He did a sports history class, and he would tell me stuff like this, and I'd look back at it, and it's like, so you're telling me some of Babe Ruth's home runs were ground rule doubles?
Wow.
And that's absolutely insane.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. We got a real baseball historian right
That's
here,
just-
Alex Urso.
It's just really interesting to think about. It's like, the ball bounces in the stadium, bounces out, and it's a home run.
Well, some more on the matter at hand here. This is Bryce Harder. Popped up foul. Nichols will give it a good look. It's in the seats. Harder, he's been good most of the season. Little rocky in his last couple appearances. Some numbers that this coaching staff absolutely doesn't like to see. He has walked 3 in each of his last 2 appearances. At a number that they really want to limit. That has been the emphasis all season.
And you know that he's got great stuff because he's given up less hits than he has walks. He's walked 9 and given up 7 hits through 10 in the 3rd innings. So he's got the stuff.
He's been fantastic when he can control it. Almeida gets a hold of this one. Pulls it foul.
Like to mention that the rain has resumed, and it looks like it's coming down a little bit harder. But nothing to be too worried about, I'd say.
Yeah, some crazy rule changes to this great game of baseball over the years. Nonetheless, the ideals around it have remained the same.
It's just so weird to think that they used to play this sport without a glove on.
The 0-2. Outside.
And some of the greats that we used to hear all this stuff about, they were probably only throwing their hardest pitch mid-80s.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? There's so much love for the old legends of the game. Guys like Bob Feller, who they used to legendarily track with motorcycles racing next to them.
Oof.
Isn't that one way to try to time the speed on your pitches?
even people like Cy Young, who relied more on the curveball than the fastball. But it kind of justifies how people like Ted Williams used to bat 440.
2-2. Popped in the air, foul.
Because batting over 350 is unheard of now. So,
And
yeah.
here's some history on Ted Williams. He spent a decent amount of his years that would have been his prime years
Military.
serving in the military.
What a guy.
There's some of your baseball history for the night. The pitch. Inside. So getting some of the A arms tonight for Scott Middleton. First Barrett, who we expect a lot from this summer. And then now Bryce Harder, who's been fantastic all season.
Definitely want to keep it close against the Aces because he knows that the offense could strike at any moment. We've seen it so many times this year where they put up 4 or more runs in 1 inning.
Almeida blasts one into left field. Foul ball.
It's the second one he's charged down that left field line. And a great AB so far.
Yeah, Almeida has put a couple of good swings on. Just unable to keep it fair. See how serious this rain gets. If there's any lightning in the local area. Because at this point, the game could be called.
The rule for lightning in this league is just once a lightning strike happens in a 10-mile radius, a 30-minute countdown until the game can begin. And every time there's a lightning strike, that countdown restarts for 30 minutes.
Payoff pitch. Popped in the air. Foul territory. Kraus will see it out of play.
Did you see a plane fly by? So that is good news for the weather.
Yeah, at least you would hope so. you would hope they aren't flying directly into anything too bad.
Will say airports are definitely more cautious nowadays with that.
For sure. Here's an interesting stat to raise to everyone's attention. Senators this season in division, they're 8-5. Aces against the South, 8-6. 3-2. Downstairs, and Almeida has a fantastic at-bat and is a leadoff runner aboard. So Southern Maryland, they've done really good in this division. Yet against the North, they have struggled where the Aces have really turned it up.
I mean, it's just not a good time to start slumping. I mean, especially with how many games have been canceled. It's looking like every game's going to matter. Ooh, saw a lightning strike there.
Aces have looked very strong in recent memory. Last game they played against the Big Train, they won 9-4. That's kind of the team that everyone chases in this league.
Yeah.
That was back on Friday. Big result for them, trying to show where they stand, especially heading into playoff time. And this year, Bethesda kind of leaving nothing up to question in the regular season, as they have in recent years. They were second in the league a season ago. Second in their division, third overall in the league. They were 21-15. They're 23-8 at the moment.
Remember when they started out 0-2?
Oh yeah. As we at that point thought the sky might be falling. Well, it certainly isn't anymore.
Means they've been 23-6 in their last 29 games. Just absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And it's that offense. I mean, they put up so many runs every game that it really doesn't even matter how the pitchers are playing.
Runners off, and it is fouled away. Yeah, how about this? 299 team batting average for the Big Train. Aces 30 points below that, hitting 269. They're the second best average in the league.
Just like to put this into perspective, there were players in the MLB All-Star game last night batting less than 299. In fact, most of them were batting less than 299.
Yeah, and they're doing that as a team. Almeida's off. Pitch misses low. Throw down to second. Won't be in time. So the speedster Almeida swipes the bag. It's the third time he's been aboard and has a real problem on the base pass. He's a guy that maybe could even steal third. He's got 14 steals this season. And now they're going to at least delay it for the moment. So we will stay on air. For the moment, we're going to mute our microphones, go off for a little bit. You will be quiet with a view of the field, but we will stay here with this action. Aces and Senators will go into delay for a little bit. I'll have an update for you in hopefully about 10 minutes' time, be able to give you some sort of direction of where we're going with this game. For the moment, it is 4-2 Aces in the top of the 7th inning. We are back in a little while. So like that, this game is over, at least for the moment. 4-2, Aces in the lead in the top of the 7th inning. There will be a conversation to be had whether they will try to continue and resume this thing at some point or if they will just make it final, especially with all the rainouts, cancellations, postponements we've had this season. It will only be time that will tell us whether or not this game will be finished at any point. For the moment, it is Aces 4, Senators 2, top of the 7th inning. And with that, we say an anticlimactic goodbye tonight from Regency Furniture Stadium. Canceled due to thunderstorms in the local area. Aces 4, Senators 2, 7th inning. To be resumed or not at some point in the not too distant future. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. With that, I'm Cody Wagner. He's Alex Urso signing off for tonight.